Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Horizon Forbidden West. And yes, I was made aware that I said Zero Dawn, I think, at the start of the last episode. Expect more of that. Horizon Zero Dawn was just, it's just sort of like baked into my memory now as a title unto itself. Let's go take a look. It's kind of like having a parent that just calls everything with a controller a Nintendo, or these days I guess it would probably be an Xbox. I call anything that has an Aloy in it Horizon Zero Dawn. Anyway, let's take a quick look around. So we could go, well, I mean, I'm telling you what, if they are passing out some metal shards, why would I not? Oh yeah, and let's try to figure out, what is it, just tap X to get off, or square? It is so easy. I think before I was, I was consistently holding it for some reason. Oh, Jeb did a Tarantino Film Festival. Did it include The Hateful Eight? Which, I sort of remember as being a Tarantino film. Tarantino is...
Cauldron, I've learned how to override this machine.
Quentin Tarantino has a great sense of style and energy to his films. After I watch a Tarantino film, it's like I don't remember anything of what I just saw. I have a pretty good time while I'm watching it, and then by the end of it, it all feels a bit weightless to me, and I don't really know how to quantify that, really. See, if that guy with the yellow scanner comes over here, I will, you know what? Let's help him on his way. Let's do some... Oh, we may not need to help him on his way. Oh, and he might help me on my way. I wanted the rock, please. I'm hoping to lure him over just a little bit closer so that I can do a silent strike. And then we'll get his friend. Let me just take a quick gander at his routine. And we might just throw down a... Okay, maybe we won't. I was going to maybe put a blast trap in his path. You know something? Why not?
Get this done!
Yes, I did get the sound shell. Oh, that's so much easier to get when you only have to hit it once because you've got a better bow. Jab did not get all of them, but spent Tuesday and Wednesday watching them. The 4 episode one on Netflix. 4 episode. Wait, is there like a Tarantino? So, did you watch 4 Tarantino movies, or is there something called like Tarantino Film Festival that sort of like looks back and does a retrospective on some of his movies? So this was making out like there was a scrap pile here. That's why I did this, because if you take a look here on the map, yeah, metal shards. I don't see any of those right here. Sometimes there's been like a metal pile that they've been guarding or like setting aside for one of the other animals to come along and consume, recycle, turn into biofuel, whatever this game says about it. I don't see any such thing here, so we're gonna leave because I took care of all the machines. And hello to, would you say the straw? We're missing one vowel, but I'm gonna go with the straw for now. This game is really big. Yes, we've explored basically the whole game, as long as you don't scroll outside of this area, which we did earlier. So, we've done that. We've done everything. Oh wait, I did not check out Unknown Shelter. Yeah, okay. Let's go see what we can find up there. And then after we do just a mite of exploring, I think that we are going to continue on with the next story quest, whatever it might be. Oh, hold on. I may need some more raccoon. It's going to be a little bit difficult if I can't see him. But yeah, we just started out the straw. I hope that you are having a great Thursday. Mine has been It's better now. It's better now that I can sit very still and face this screen and not do anything at all with my back. On Netflix, they made a mini-series of The Hateful Eight and added a lot of material. Really? Now, that would be interesting to see. Yeah, so I've seen... Like, Quentin Tarantino, for me, and, you know, I'm no film buff, Quentin Tarantino is very... Like, he does very well-made movies in that they look great, they sound great, I like the acting, I like the dialogue, I like the setting and the set pieces, the action is well-directed, and there's just something about the writing that once it's all over, it all just sort of like slides off of me like it's soap. It just, I walk out into the shower and it all washes right off and I barely recall it. And that, I think, just has to go to preference because the man is undeniably talented at what he does. What is this? Hold on. Oh, I think my ride turned on like a face lamp or something. Hold on. This is the sort of thing I was looking at before. Yeah, we must have scavenged this before. Suddenly, I felt like I had a blue spotlight on me. And I was like, am I getting drone attacked or something? But no, it was nothing. It's just my own mount weirding me out. We only just learned about mounts, so... Okay, so those are blaze canisters on their back. I would like to see... kind of bad at that. And there they go. Oh, they've just gone to go harass my guy. Okay. Okay, hold on. This is not a great weapon for this. How about the sharp shot bow? I haven't even fired this yet. I'm bad at this. Oh, this might take a second. Wow, okay. Nope. Oh, I am completely out of ammo. Hold on one second. We'll just craft some arrows while we run. And she's down. What was my health? I have to confess I was not looking. Jab just watched the ones that he had access to. Did not watch Reservoir Dogs because I didn't like it. Ran out of gas last night, so did not watch Jackie Brown, but had watched it recently and read the book it was based on. Read the book it was based on by Elmore Leonard. I did not know. I have not seen Jackie Brown, and I did not know that it was based on a book, the movie. My mount may be gone forever. Or it might be waiting for me where I died. Either way, let's take a quick second to pick up some bitter leaf. Also, I've recently used a whole bunch of wood, so we're going to grab some of that. We went the whole last episode without dying, and here I didn't even feel... Yeah, there he is. I didn't even feel like I was being that dangerous, but clearly I'm struggling a bit to get back into the swing of things. Yeah, so I've seen, what was it, Pulp Fiction? And again, like, Pulp Fiction is... It's a well-made movie. It's very engaging. Like, you know, you're constantly like, what's going to happen next? The structure of this is unfamiliar to me. So it's like, how... Now, hold on. Do I need some more? Yes. Okay, so it undid my crafting. Do some of that. Okay, that may pop him. It sure looks like it's going to. Okay, sir, can you just show me your belly one more time? I was really close to having your sound shell. Oh, no, he's kind of dead. So another thing that I need to do, I need to figure out how to do the super shot. Remember the nobody knows what I'm talking about because I haven't done it yet in this game. I have a Valor ability, and I don't remember, like, functionally how to do it, so let's take a quick look. This is not telling me. Skill info. Oh, there we go. Weapon wheel, and then R1. But wait, that's the Valor Surge. So that will give me a better range damage bonus for a little bit. It doesn't seem to say how long here, but maybe we'll figure it out. I want to do this. Okay, that's L2 and R1. I want to try to do this. If we don't learn to do it early, I'm never going to do it.
Spotted.
Well, that didn't seem to work to my benefit. What are these guys weak to? Aside from the thing that I just did. So, they are weak to ice. Jeff says that Pulp Fiction is in his top 10 favorite movies. Wow, I'd really have to put some thought into my top 10 favorite movies. I also, so I have the, this is not the movie's fault, but what happened is that Pulp Fiction came out right at a particular time when, like, all of my friends at the time got really into it, and they all went and they saw it, and they all went and they saw it, and they all went and I saw it, and I'm trying to remember if I was like I just had gotten like a new job or something, and I was like, I couldn't go with them to any of these things, so as a result, okay, I didn't know that that's what tapping that a second time would do, and so it sort of became a thing that was really, really important to all of my friends that I was very much on the outside of. And through no fault of theirs or the movie, obviously, it sort of like created a bad association. So it was a number of years before I actually watched it. When I did watch it, I completely missed that. That's really gonna hurt me. Hold on. Let's eat these berries. That should really fix up the second-degree burns. I can't take another one of those. Sorry, what I was going to say is that when I did eventually see Pulp Fiction, it was fine. I remember being surprisingly charmed by some of the deliberately old school production choices. Like, my memory is that, isn't there a part where, I want to say there's one part that I remember where, like, the characters were driving and it was so clearly like against like not even a blue screen, not even a green screen. It was like just driving against a projection film screen to make it look like they were driving. Was that movie, or am I confusing it with another one? Oh, hold on. I gotta figure out that Omni shot. Maybe that's not for machines. Maybe that's for, like, a group of people. I gotta make sure that I don't lose that blaze canister that I shot out. I need that for the fire arrows. By the way, do I know what that is? Hold on, can I scan this guy again? They have a resource container? I have not been aiming at that. This poor guy, I am just vivisecting him as he goes along. Anything else on you, sir? Before we finish this up. Oh, yeah, let's grab the fire fangs. Okay. that is enough just sort of random hunting. Let's go on with our lives. I would have to think on my last 4 movies on the list quite a bit. Of the top 10. Could be that he did not have a lot of money to make it. I maybe then I misinterpreted. I always thought that it was a deliberate stylistic choice, that it was intended to evoke like movies of the era. Quentin Tarantino appears to my eyes
Don't worry about running out.
to have grown up watching a very specific sort of like era of American cinema, and has a lot of reverence for it. And it is unfortunately somewhat different than the era of cinema that I grew up in. Like for me, WandaVision achieves what I think that Quentin Tarantino is striving to do for like fans of his particular style, like that particular generation of cinema. Here comes WandaVision, which is so evocative of so many different, like multiple different decades of television. And I watched television shows, multiple shows from all of those eras. So the camera work, the acting, the setup, the sense of humor, all of it is like, I remember this. I can remember specific shows that it is inspired by. And I feel like there's an entire group of people, like a whole class of media consumer that looks at Quentin Tarantino's work and recognizes that same attention to detail. But I haven't seen all of his work. I watched Kill Bill Volume 1. I've never seen Volume 2. I've never seen Django Unchained. I've never seen Jackie Brown, like we talked about that earlier. And then like The Hateful Eight is like, I watched it and I was enjoying it, and then at the end I just can't escape the feeling that it's like a bunch of stuff that happened. And by the way, like there's more to it than that, because also like that's how I feel about oh gosh, not Old Country for Old Men. What is the name of the movie that I'm thinking of? There Will Be Blood. I love There Will Be Blood. I don't know what the movie's about. I think I talked about this the last time that I watched it. I understand the things that happen in the movie. I understand it as sort of like a character study of this person played by Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm not sure that I want to go into a tremendous amount of detail here. I don't want to like spoil anything. But what I don't know is that, like, is there supposed to be a message to it, a moral to the story? Is the audience supposed to draw something from it the way that they would, like, Citizen Kane? This is a thing? Oh, it's a workbench. I don't think I need this right now. Oh, but I will definitely make use of it. So let's look at our outfit upgrades. I think this is what I'm currently wearing, which I cannot upgrade. I could do Osram Explorer. I feel there's no reason that I would not want to do this. And then weapon upgrades. Well, Fire Hunter bow. Yes, I mean, I've been using that some. Let's upgrade that. Followed by... Oh, that was it. That's all the resources I have. Okay. I mean, our Fire Hunter bow is a little bit better. Jad was pretty disappointed with Citizen Kane when he first saw it. So I'd like heard of Citizen Kane. I hadn't read anything about it the first time that I'd seen it. I'd just like heard of it, like, oh, Citizen Kane. And there's certain things that you pick up through cultural osmosis. Like I want to say that Rosebud was something that was like spoiled for me, I guess, by Animaniacs. What a way. What a way to get to learn what that reveal is going to be. But I watched Citizen Kane for the very first time, like on, I think it was just on DVD. Like I don't think Blu-rays existed then, and it had this absolutely pristine picture. Like the remaster, whatever work went into the remaster was flawless, and it's so clean, and it looks like a modern film, or at least it did at the time, a modern film that's just been shot in black and white. And I was absolutely taken with it. I really enjoyed it. And and I got it. Like watching it, I knew what the movie was about. This Charles Foster Kane, who is this advocate for doing the right thing, and you know, being an I'm not going to be able to deconstruct Citizen Kane while fighting these guys. Wow, they're good at tracking where I go. But I understood the arc of his story, the tragedy of his character, and how the ideals that he fought for were ultimately betrayed as soon as they became, maybe not as soon as they became, but how easy it is to lose track of the morals that make you who you are, the ideology that makes you who you are. And to fall prey to the same vices and greeds and hubris that you once railed against, that were once so clear to you, these things are wrong, and how they can fall away. Like, this is at least part of the story of Citizen Kane, and one of the parts that spoke to me when I watched it. When I watched There Will Be Blood, I feel all sorts of things about Daniel Plainview and his son and the chain of events, but it's almost like a biography. It doesn't feel like it's made for entertainment, but rather like this was a real person that existed, and it's just retelling the story of his life, a bunch of stuff that happened. And like, no, there's got to be more to it, and I've seen the movie a couple of times and I don't get it. And also, like, yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis, obviously, like, super good all the time. Paul Dano, and if I'm mispronouncing his last name, I apologize. He is so good in that. Like, he plays against Daniel Day-Lewis, like he's the other guy that you see a lot in there. Man, that performance is great. I don't know what suddenly brought this up, but yeah, There Will Be Blood is it's a really good movie that I would like to say smart and incisive things about, like, what the meaning of the movie it is, like what's it all about, what's the subtext to it, and I don't know. Like, I can describe the arc of the movie, but I'm just apparently not smart enough to work out what the... Let's just be ready to finish this guy off if we're not done.
It's a fight then.
That was inartful, but... Hold on. Sir, can you just hold on for 1 second? Yeah, I just need to... There we go. Craft some arrows real quick before you can stop limping. And it's also a little bit hard not to see some of Orson Welles in Citizen Kane, and of course I don't mean that literally. It's just that, like, here's someone who was he had such a sharp storytelling sense, such a flair for the theatrical, a flair for the dramatic. He was so good at roping in audiences and telling these stories, and then of course he sort of like winds things down in his life by doing frozen pea commercials and getting increasingly drunk. And if you've never seen that particular clip, it's available on YouTube and is worth a watch. But it's a shame that that's one of the things that he's remembered for, as well as making one of the most, best regarded movies of all time. So yeah, sort of high highs and low lows for Mr. Welles. I wonder how to get up there.
There's an old watchtower at the top of that cliff. I wonder if there's anything still inside. Looks like the path up broke a long time ago. I'm gonna have to climb.
Okay, well... So this section all has red X. Oh, this section doesn't. Okay. Climb. Or you could do that. That's not really what I was intending to do, but it looked cool, so we'll take that as a plus. In more recent years, I've heard that Kill Bill Volume 2 wasn't very good. That was not the opinion that I heard most often after it came out. You know what? Sure. I just want everybody to know what I did that caused that. I pressed X one time, and it was nowhere in my thought process that she was going to grapnel up there like Batman. Hello to Innertooth, and roar right back. Innertooth, I hope that you've had a wonderful Thursday. This looks like something that I can climb around on. I hope I live long enough that they like reboot the Transformers franchise and do one with like a story and characters. I feel like that would be pretty cool. I think that there's so much potential for a live action Transformers movie. I'd like to see one someday that
There we go.
isn't total nonsense. I guess I probably could have used that as a grapnel point as well. I didn't see it on the way up. Because like they're rebooting Harry Potter as like an HBO Max series. And I had always thought, like, I don't really like these movies. I'd like to see them give another try at this, something with just a little bit more I don't know, reflective of the books, I guess. And here we are. And it's like, oh, that's right. Like all the people who made those movies, like all the kids in the movies, like they're full-grown adults. And now, what's his face? Oh man, who played Harry Potter? Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is just like out there doing whatever he wants. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome that this is this guy who grew up basically a child star and appears to have come out the other side incredibly well adjusted.
The metal reflects the sun. To send a signal?
Well, I don't know, Aloy. Incredibly well adjusted, artistically minded, and interested in doing just these balls out weird projects that nobody else would do. Like, isn't there one, what's the name of that movie where he has like guns stapled to his hands or something? I don't even remember the name of that, but it's like, it feels like a short list of people that would make that movie, and Daniel Radcliffe is on that list. Okay, a lens of dawn. It's a signal device. I will take all.
Looks like some kind of lens. Guess I'll keep it for later.
A dome-shaped piece of glass that refracts light, recovered from a Karja signal tower at the northeast end of the Daunt. This is probably knowable if you have played the first game and like paid attention to whatever it said. Do we have a sense of how long it was between humanity leaving the cradles, or whatever they were called, where they were sort of like born and stuff, and now? Because it's long enough that humanity, like everybody, the legend of like living with the hologram people and learning from them and learning how to talk and being babied like little toddlers when they were young adults, that has faded from memory. Nobody knows about that anymore. So it's been generations. I just didn't know if it was known how much. Okay, I was about to say that looks like too far to drop. I was glad to be wrong. Oh, shit. Oh, Aloy, praise you and your steel hands. Good work. 100+ generations at least, says Innertooth. Yeah, I bet there's dates in like the first game, but yeah, it feels like it's been a really long time. Also, like, not to get too deep into this, but I like, people are all like, how did everybody forget about the Jedi in a generation? Like half a generation, basically, between, what was it, Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Like, everyone was like, Jedi, they're just a myth. I don't think it's that they forgot about them. I think that the average person heard about the Jedi, like heard of them, and never ever saw one, never knew anything about what they did, or like it was always something that they sort of heard about remotely. And then after Order 66 and everything happened, and they were all slaughtered, as part of like purging their memory from the galaxy, there was a lot of Imperial propaganda saying, oh, the Jedi never existed. And they were, you know, the ones that did were never on your side. And the ones that were on your side were lying about it. Like, I think that they did a lot of that just hastily constructed propaganda. How did I walk right past this? To, like, convince everybody. And, I mean, we see it happen all the time in real life. So I really don't think that it's that people forgot about the Jedi. I think it's that they were successfully convinced, and not through very much effort, that the Jedi had never been real.
Bring it on!
Get out of here with that. People who can float things with their mind and cheat at dice games, people who can see the future, no way. If the Jedi could see the future, why didn't they see that coming? Like, it just... If you don't know the whole story, and of course the Empire would be extremely interested in not telling people the whole story, it sort of sounds like falderall. So that's what people concluded. And they got on with their everyday lives of moisture farming, or trading with sand people, or the two other things that anybody in the entire Star Wars galaxy ever does. Am I shooting the wrong arrows? No, I just missed that resource canister. I am stuck on this. Okay, that's fine.
I'm not giving up.
I probably don't want to stand... No, that's a sound shell. I thought I was going to do an electro attack. Okay, so you know what? Let's fight smarter. Really hoping he would hang out in my cold cloud a little bit more, but... You know what? I would really, really like to tag his,
What are you standing around for? Bring them down!
Oh. Well, I guess I didn't really need that sound shell. Wait, is that machine over there just like chilling out and having a meal? Oh, hello to Solid Chrome Hickey. NASA is going to send a new rocket into space, says Innertooth, to say sorry to the aliens. It's going to be called the Apollo G.
Clothes. Great.
Is that for polluting space with our entertainment products? Just blasting radio and television signals out to space? Okay, I don't really want to be seen right now. These guys could take the fire arrow. Did I get it? I don't think I got it. I was about to say I need something with a bit more punch. Okay, wow, that guy. Okay, nope. That's way too much damage. just rearming here. Whether or not I hit, I really am aiming for the sort of like the black muscle tissue that makes up these guys' less strong points. Okay, hold on, don't want another one of those. Please not.
Now's my chance.
Oh, he's not dead. Critical strike? Okay, now get up. Move. I am completely out of this. And that's not what I meant. Sure, go ahead and put that down. I want a small health potion right now. Oh wait, he's about to die. Okay, but hit him, though. Hit him. Hit that guy. Okay, thank you. I got there eventually. I want his sound shell. I might have gotten it right there. I'm aware that he's there and he's burrowing. I'm trying to bait him out by consuming or scavenging everything that he had. Oh, hello to hello to Jorad. Jorad, I hope that you've had a wonderful Tuesday. And Abtaria, thank you so much for the raid. Oh, sorry. Justice Jab is asking, what did you do to your back? Fun fact, Jab, nothing. I didn't do anything to it. There was no sudden, movement, no violent wrenching that happened yesterday. Abtaria, I saw some of your art stream earlier today. I hope that you had a great time. I will very much look forward to seeing what sort of progress has been made. I have mentioned this before. I love watching art streams like Abtaria, like Jelly Buns, like some of the other artists in the community, because they start off, if you guys have never watched one of these streams, I like gameplay. No. You guys have to check it out, because they start off with a smear. They start off with just like a blather of color. There's just one color, and it just looks like they just smeared it on there, and you're like, what could this ever possibly? It just looks like a mess. And then they add more, and they add more, and they add more, and it starts to take shape. And what's amazing to me, the reason that I bring it up as I wince there, what's amazing to us people who are not artists is how did that original shape, how did you know? How did you work forward from there to say, okay, I know where this is going to be in 5 hours or 10 hours or 20 hours. It's just, I feel like it requires a sense of planning, very literally being able to see things how they can be. And to people like me who only see things as they kind of are at the moment, it's like, how do you do that? Oh, let's stab this guy. Nope. That's got him. Abtaria said, I can't wait for this to come out on PC. I can only hope that it is as sharp of a PC port as Zero Dawn. And Marquack, thank you very, very much for the cheer. Hopefully, based on what I heard, we have resolved the issue where it was not making sound. Thank you very much for the cheer. B, I'm glad that we found this out, because I was gonna, like, I should mention to Marquardt that I believe that we fixed it, but then I just didn't. I'm just very glad for the cheer, Marquardt. I really appreciate it, as I am for the raid. No, Taria, you have also played Zero Dawn, yes? I know it's never going to look like this. I have an idea. I'm saying I never know what it's going to look like, but I have an idea of what I want it to be, and it never matches up. It is... That reminds me of how, like, on the rare occasion that I've attempted to do writing of any kind. Also, am I here for anything? I don't want to just hunt these guys forever. Yeah, I wanted to go here. I don't want to just hunt forever. Which direction is this unknown settlement? It's right over here. I was looking on the compass, not in the world.
Shelter. Chance to rest. Check my gear.
Sometimes when you're writing, you don't know where the story's going to go. You sort of focus on creating the characters. Okay, so that's unavailable. And then seeing where they take you. Playing out these scenarios as you're writing and seeing, like, well, what would somebody with this personality and this backstory say versus that? And there can be a sense of discovery, and you don't know where all it's going to go. And then there's some, like, refinement and stuff. Oops. Well, we're going to have cooked pig this time. Okay, is there anything else here that is good for me to have at this unexplored shelter that we found? Oh, I need some more plants, these medicinal plants. I ran totally out of them earlier. Avtaria loves Zero Dawn. It was so good. Zero Dawn is one of those games that, at least for me, completely matched the hype that was up around it. Sometimes things are better than you expect. Sometimes things don't, like you just sort of misunderstood what they were going to be like, or they don't rise to the level of what you'd hope. Zero Dawn was like, it was just exactly what I would have expected, or what I would have wanted from it to be. We can't get that. As far as I know, I can't get that at all. We did get a different signal tower up over here. And the last thing that's sort of in the area is this thing. But again, if you sort of look at it, it looks a lot like it's underground. So I might want to come back to this after we know a little bit more about the world and how it's supposed to go. I have to say, this does look very much like it might go inside. I'm already talking myself out of this. Let's see where that path goes. Our last episode was very, very task-oriented. There it is. We're very much into the story. Avtar saying that it's weird that the medicinal plants are blue now instead of red. There actually seems to be a bit of a variety to them. Like, there's ones that are underground. There's, like, they're all identified as being medicinal. But outside of that, there does seem to be a couple different variants. I most easily recognize the blue ones because they stand out so well against the greens and the reds of the world. In Zero Dawn, you were mostly in the Colorado-Utah area. Where does this one seem to take place based on what you can find? So far, probably just a little bit west of that, but I'm still very early in the game. Like, Abtaria, when the game opened, I was like, oh, so this is the Forbidden West. No, it was like 3 miles from where the game, from where the previous game had ended. And then we traveled for a little bit. I was like, at last, the Forbidden West. No, we're still like on the edge of like that territory. So I feel like we're going to be going much further west. Are we going to see like the Pacific Ocean or something? I couldn't say. But I would say somewhat west of, wait, I'm not. Oh, no, I'm going the right way. So, Abtaria, I don't know if I've ever told you this story, like Marquardt. I don't know if you've been here for this. When I first played Zero Dawn, I didn't know anything about the story. All I knew, I'd seen like the E3 reveal of these people getting ready and getting their bows and sort of looking like hunter-gatherers, and then going outside and hunting machines. And that was all that was shown that I remember. And I think maybe Aloy was in it, like somebody at least with a similar hairstyle. Like, let's see if this is a medicinal plant. No, this isn't. So that's all I knew. So when I was playing the game for the first time, I didn't know what the premise of the story was, what had been revealed about the lore. And in fact, I still don't actually know. I've never gone back to watch that pre-release coverage, the marketing cycle. So I was coming up with all of these theories, and one of them was, here's what I thought might have been happening in the world. This is not Earth. Instead, there was a colony ship that came here. Here's what I thought might have happened. There was an extraterrestrial colonization initiative. And what they did is they sent these machines ahead of them to terraform a distant world and to build structures, like to build human structures and maybe put down human or terrestrial animals and maybe some plants and stuff so that it would be more habitable when people got here. And then when there was something wrong with the colony ship and it didn't wake everybody up on time. So when they came out, they came out to a world of like ruins. Hundreds and hundreds of years had passed, and all the things that had been built by the terraforming animals had fallen into ruin. So what looked like ruins of a previous human civilization was in fact the failed terraforming experiment, or the successful terraforming experiment, but seemed generations too late to be used. And everybody was mistaking this as being Earth, when in fact it was this is an altogether alien planet. I still think that would be a cool premise for a game. It's just not what happened in this game. And I had this like big theory. There's like, here's what I think happened. And then at one point, not too far in, you find like a data log that's just like, yeah, here I am in Denver, Colorado. It's like, oh, well, kind of shuts me up. Okay, sir, I was gonna maybe leave you for a second, but hold on. Do I have anything? I'm not gonna get close enough to silent stab him. Oy, hold on, I can't do that again. This guy's earned his horns. Oh, I really want that, though. But that's the sort of, like, stories that I was telling myself about the original Zero Dawn. And by the way, one of the reasons why I really cherish not knowing very much about games going on. Like, I was wrong about everything that I said, but it really engaged the imagination. What would cause a world like this to exist, where there's both kind of hunter-gatherer level humans who have access to, like, simple to moderate machinery, nothing with, like, electronics or anything like that, living in a world that is so clearly has a high-tech background. I contest that missed. That one got him. We'll see if we can get him in a minute. Chivalry was telling a story to Mia in their hunting stream on Tuesday about how it's really, really bad form for your arrows to be found in a dead deer. Like, you didn't follow up on the kill and it sort of, like, suffered and died. Hold on. Nope. I want this. Atari's apparently thought that's funny. Yeah, it's like it was such a cool story that I was like making up as we went. And then I knew very little going to Zero Dawn, but like the concept of a more primitive human society pitted against machines. The actual story is so good and I loved it. Yeah. No, thank you for bringing that up as well, because that's the thing. I'm sitting here, like, making up this story, and what's actually in the game. Like, we talked the other day about Ted Faro, actually just last episode. Hold on, I think I can make it this time. the actual story that's told is better than the sort of like half-ass sci-fi pablum that I was making up. Oh, hello to Mr. Stone. Zero Dawn has a better story in writing than Forbidden West, but gameplay is better in Forbidden West. Well, I will look forward to discovering the rest of the story in here. Apparently, I've already scavenged out of those. But Mr. Stone, I hope that you're having a great Thursday.
Ready for anything now?
So Jab had asked, and I brought up earlier, my back is currently made out of electricity. I can sit here as I am, very still. I can turn my head left and right, and that's fine. Full use of my hands, but yeah, if I were to stand up, that would take a minute. So I will announce here at this point in the stream, when it's time to raid out, I will ask everyone to hold on to me. You know, just let's see how this goes, and if I have an extra set of hands, then I might turn to that. Okay, so we do have a way into this cave. Let's go see what we can find. So it was this. There we go. Okay, that's our first successful dive, episode 4. Abtaria says, what got me about Zero Dawn is that honestly it made me cry a lot. It was that totally plausible occurrence. So, yeah, so we've got a second here. Aloy probably won't be talking so while we're down here. I want to say it was just before the release of this game, or possibly just after, and when this person was... Uh-oh. Hold on, is there a surface here? Oh, there is. I was like, oh no, do I not have access to a surface? It was early after the game came out, and I remember seeing somebody on the social media site formerly known as Twitter say something to the effect of, hey, I'm going to start Forbidden West. I hope in this one, Aloy learns to stop venerating Elizabeth Sobek so much. Sorry, just saying it aloud. And first of all, it's a really good point. If there's something that children usually really dislike, it's their parents. Especially parents that they never knew, who they know would have cared for them, but did not have that opportunity. So it would make sense if, as an adult, Aloy would look back on her own mother and say, yeah, she probably wasn't all that great. But then when you think about all of the things that we learn about Elizabeth Sobek during the course of Zero Dawn, literally the savior of humanity, several times over, came up with a plan that was workable and then made it work. United all the nations of the world in this last-ditch Hail Mary attempt to come up with a solution that wouldn't save them, because that was beyond there, but convinced everybody to fight for something that was more than them. Not for themselves and their loved ones, not for their friends and family, but for a future generation, unknowable, uncountable years hence, that could come to pass. Hold on, I hope I got that, because I have to go back up to the surface. That could come to pass if they could set aside their petty differences now and their terror, this existential dread of the complete elimination of all life on Earth, and fight for what might conceivably come after. Elizabeth Sobek did that. So, of course, Aloy, upon learning all of this, would say, yeah, I don't know why people really look up to her. Really just kind of seems like someone who is probably imperfect, didn't really do right by anyone. I should really look at her with more of an even keel, more adult eyes, and stop venerating her so much. And that is, by the way, before you get to the way in which Elizabeth Sobek ends, which is when they realize that their shelter there, where they have to finish off the last sections of the Zero Dawn project so that the AI will all function correctly, and they realize that there's a leak.
Water in my boots.
There's a leak in their electromagnetic shielding, and unless somebody goes outside to resolve that, the machines will detect them and come for them and break their way inside and destroy everything before it's done. And Elizabeth Sobek is the one who goes outside because her role in the project is done. There's nothing left for her to do. Now it's up for the programmers, the machine analysts, the botanists, the people, the climatologists, the people who have these final steps of work to do to make it all function. Elizabeth has nothing left to do, so she's the one who goes outside, seals the gap, and then Aloy finds her body millennia later, still in her encounter suit, where she apparently died of just starvation or whatever. That's the character, you guys. That's the character that... Sorry. I went to move a little bit. That's the character that this particular poster on Twitter said, I really hope that Elizabeth stops venerating Elizabeth Sobek so much. I mean, it's a take. It's a take. It is a thing that somebody could say and mean and... Sure, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It didn't then. Maybe it's just one of those examples of what the kids these days called shitposting, which is posting something intentionally silly and inflammatory to provoke a response. I did not respond to this. I'm not going to name the person here so that you can go respond to it. Rather, I just sort of like wonder if that's what was done, what on earth was the point to just say something silly? And the alternative is that you believe it, which is endlessly more interesting. I don't know how you would. Also, is there O2 somewhere? Could really go for some of that. There we go. We made it. Also, Innertooth is correctly pointing out that Elizabeth Sobek is not Aloy's mother, but is Aloy herself. For me, it's Aloy, and Aloy cops to this at the beginning of this game. Aloy perceives Elizabeth as being her mother. You know, it is the genetic stock from which she came, as Aloy says at the beginning. By the way, I'm not using the dash. Oh, can't we do this? Yeah, this also expends her oxygen more quickly, so I was a little bit nervous about it. Oh, balls. Okay, hold on. I got turned around. Hold on. What I want to do is go in there, but we're looking for... Oh, sunken cavern. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Was there anything else in there? What's this? Oh, hold on. I think we came out the other way. Or did we not? We did. Yes, we did. Okay, that's the way that we went in, and now this is the way that we came out. Okay. We did it. That was that question mark, and we found some of those green shines, which are a valuable upgrade option. So now I think we're gonna go head over here. Let's go. I want to see if we can upgrade some of our stuff. So I'm gonna go to workbench. Innertooth is saying, for fuck's sake, she saved the world. Yeah, and again, much like she's the perfect counterpoint to Ted Faro, because just like Ted Faro destroyed the world twice, Elizabeth Sobek saved it twice. First with the concept and execution of Zero Dawn, and then, you know, preserving the last of humanity so that they had enough time to pull it off. And by the way, like, to hear it just to summarize that way, it feels like, oh, okay, you know, jerk-off motion in the air. But the way that it all plays out felt incredibly organic, and so did Ted Faro. Like, I really want to make it clear that when I talk about what a hateable character Ted Faro is, what I mean is what a hateable person he is. He's a wonderful character, and Elizabeth Sobek is a wonderful character. Apparently I killed that guy and didn't finish him off. Bad me. Or like, use every part of the kill. Everyone in the boardroom is extremely realistic, says Abtaria. Yeah, it's a great, great, great story. And I, just in case, like, you weren't here earlier, Abtaria, the only issue that I had with the story in Zero Dawn was some of the ways in which it were told, where sometimes you're going into those bunkers and you're finding all of these logs, like the audio logs and the holograms, and you just have to stop. Like, you can have the audio logs playing as you're walking around, but they're very liable to get interrupted by you cross some threshold and Aloy makes a comment and suddenly whatever you were listening to stops. So what you learn pretty early on is to, if you're listening to an audio log, just stop and listen to it.
Steady.
If you're going to read something, stop and read it. So there's so much story, and it's so, like, oh, I'm sorry, like, we didn't talk about the children's crèche that Aloy discovers. How haunting was that? Hold on, I want to talk about this as well. Because, you guys, again, it's been years that I've lived with, like, thinking about Zero Dawn and just can't talk about it because it's a spoiler, and now we get to talk about all of it. That children's crèche where, like, Aloy found where the Nora came from, whatever bunker that is or whatever, it's like... It's this horror tomb. It's not a horror tomb because everybody died. It's a horror tomb because everybody lived mollycoddled and treated like toddlers for like the first 2 decades of their lives, all while looking through this window and seeing all of this comfort and luxury and all of these like learning desks and stuff that were forever out of reach. All of these things that were clearly intended for them that they could never get to because Apollo had been deleted. It's amazing. Like, there's so much storytelling, environmental storytelling right there. Like the scribbles on the wall and the evolutions of the like art on the walls. And like the little bits and pieces of the surviving holograms. It's so good. So let me do weapon upgrades first. Well, yeah, let's upgrade our shock trip caster. I haven't even used it yet, but it was one of my favorite tools in the previous game. Is there anything else I want to upgrade to level 1? Nope, this is already level 1. Yeah, spike thrower. I haven't fired this either, but let's keep a steady upgrade of multiple things so that when we need something, what we have is pretty good. Okay, everything... Okay. I'm going to upgrade my tripcaster again. And then we're going to go over here. Okay, is there anything else I can upgrade? No. 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 And no. Okay, so whatever we need, we'll find. Like, I'm not that desperate to get this upgraded so that I'm going to do like a hunt for it. Let's see if there's any... Oh, yes, please. Can I please have another potion? An overdraw potion. A potent brew made from plant and animal extract that increases damage when overdrawing a weapon. The bright colored liquid has a rich spicy scent reminiscent of a harvest feast on a crisp autumn night. An empty slot in the potion pouch is required to buy, craft, or pick up a potion. How many empty slots do I have? Oh, this is cool. Your potion pouch has a number of slots, and you can put what... That's so cool. I don't think I've ever played a game like that. Usually it's like you can have 10 of each potion, 5 of each potion. Here you can have like X number of potions, and you have to pick and choose what you're going to put in there. I think that's really neat. I want to have at least one of these. No, one of these. I don't know what overdraw is, though. And now my potion pouch is full. Okay. And I cannot upgrade it. Let's make a new trap. Okay. It feels a little surprising to me that you can do this out in the world as well, but we'll do it here. I loved random info too, like the junk mail. Oh yeah, some of the junk mail stuff was really good. They had something that was like an equivalent of like Uber Eats or something like that. So this person has something new.
Outfits, armor.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Let's sell our valuables. Sell. Okay, now we are on to quest stuff. We did a little bit of exploration there because that's going to come up in an open world game. I'm thinking the embassy is next. Right. Or the bristlebacks. So where are the bristlebacks relative to here? What's closer? This is the Twilight Path. That's the bristlebacks. And it does really look like we've got to go past the bristlebacks to get there. So let's go do the bristleback's. We're going to go do that. And then we'll do the Twilight Path, which should be like just after it. Taria still has some stuff to do in the DLC, but has most of the collectibles. Oh, in this game or in all games? Oh, Intertooth is saying that he has 100% of the collectibles. So much lore, but also so much random info. I believe I got all of the metal flowers, and I remember being really intrigued by those, because, like, the first generation is just, like, ones and zeros, I think, and then the second generation starts to introduce some language, and then the third generation is, like, actual poetry. And, like, I don't know what they are when I'm finding them, but then as you go further and further into it, it's like, oh, this is the machine learning. Like, this is the AI creating something not of nature, but inspired by nature. And that's sort of like what a lot of it is. Mount call. There he is. Mount Charger. So, yeah, so the Kretch that I was talking about, we might get interrupted here. One of the most memorable parts of Zero Dawn was Aloy going into, like, the Nora cave. I think it was inside the Nora cave, which all the Nora had come from. And it was, and she saw these holograms of, like, the children that had been raised there, coming up from infancy to young adulthood, to toddlerhood, and then to young adulthood, and their interactions with the Keepers. And, like, you know, I said a lot of it earlier. I want to smash these barrels. It's, you get to see them, or, like, you get indications of them as infants, and then as toddlers, and then as, like, children, but then you see them as, like, teenagers and young adults. And the holograms being like, now, children, be calm, otherwise we might have to put you in timeout, or something like that. And the kids are like, no, like, we want to go outside. Why can't we go outside? Why won't you let us do anything? And, like, they're young adults, but they're so emotionally stunted because they don't have anything resembling adult interaction. And as you're walking through, you're like, what has happened here? Wait, how have I... No, hold on. This is completely wrong.
Okay.
I came around to a different gate. We want to go this way. And then you, like, come to realize what's happened. And I think there's, like, a single throwaway, like, not throwaway, a single line of dialogue. It's from Aloy or Silence or somebody who comments on, like, these children to teenagers to young adults growing up, looking through these windows, seeing all of this luxury, these chairs and beds, like properly sized beds, clean sheets, desks that were meant for learning, pristine and clean and just waiting to be used, and the doors will never open because that section of the AI, the Apollo AI that was intended to teach, was the part that was deleted. But you don't know that yet. You only know that something went wrong. So then, when you get the reveal from Ted, about Ted Farrow, that he destroyed the sum total of human knowledge because he's a pissant little fragile baby, it's like you just hate him so much. And it's one of the best tools that a storyteller has properly executed of
Dead bristleback out of Falls. Gotta check it out.
showing the effect before the cause. You know something happened here that was really bad, and the machines were so caring and nurturing for the kids. So what happened? What went wrong? Why do the humans emerge from the caves?
Looks like it died on impact. Maybe it charged off the cliff up there. I better keep following the trail up.
Okay, well, I was going to do that because we're also going to go... I'm going to double check here, but yeah, we've got... So, this is where we're headed, but then the Stormwing is over there. So, yeah, we'll go on foot from here. Intertooth says... Oh, Intertooth has something for... Something about like it looks like it's probably a map of a zone from Zero Dawn. I might check that out later on as well. Hold on. Nope. Try to make that painless and maybe get some really good. Nope. Well, you can get a raccoon hide. I'll take that. But yeah, there's all I was saying is that there's a real mystery to it about what happened.
Full, but my pack has room.
what went wrong. And then when you realize it's Ted Farrow, because it's always Ted Farrow. And that makes it sound like it's like a negative thing, but no, Ted Farrow just right through to the end. I was about to ask, do we know specifically how Ted Farrow met his end, but it's at least conceivable that we will learn that in this game. So I'm going to retract that question. I don't want to know if it's coming up later in this game. But probably still convinced that he's the best dude in the world, I would assume. Ted Farrow does not seem like somebody who is capable of feeling bad about what he's done, because as soon as he feels bad about anything that he's done, he would have to look back with a much greater clarity. Yeah, I definitely want that shine stone or whatever we're calling those.
Another dead bristleback?
Oh, another just random thought. This is just me and like where my brain goes. Can I examine this? No, and it is made of acid. Celebrity voice actors are really risky because they're very expensive, and then if you ever want to do anything more with that character, they're very expensive, and they might not be available, and then you have to recast them. So, yeah, celebrity voice actors, often not a good idea. That bearing in mind, it's hard not to feel like an opportunity was missed to have Gaia voiced by Whoopi Goldberg. And the only reason that every time Gaia is here, it's like, it's so surprising not to hear Whoopi Goldberg, just because I grew up, well, not grew up, but I remember like a lot of Captain Planet, and she played Gaia in Captain Planet. And it would have been such an amazing callback. Like, I would have been so happy. Again, probably not worth the actual cost to have her like come in and do that, because then they're doing the sequel, and you know she's busy doing other stuff, and I get all the millions of reasons why they wouldn't have want to do it, but I still would have laughed and clapped my hands if it was Whoopi Goldberg. Obtaria, yes, didn't realize that Aloy was Ash from Hey Ash, What You Playing? Neither did I. I believe this is part of the recording. I haven't watched it in a long time, but if you ever go back and watch like the end credits, I think, gosh, I don't remember. I believe that when Ashley Birch's name comes up as having played Aloy,
One of mine. And a lot of broken trees. It's like a stampede went through. Is this where the bristlebacks came from? But how? Unless this cave leads out of the Daunt.
Out of the Daunt, and these guys were all lured here, probably by Ulvund, which is one of the reasons that I wanted to do this quest ahead of time. Who benefited from the bristlebacks being here? Who had a master plan set up to make the most of the bristlebacks while they were here? Seems like an astounding coincidence, if it's not Ulvund. And by the way, specifically Ulvund, like not one of his people. Okay. We might get some more dialogue here.
Okay, let's see where this leads.
Whether or not it registers like verbally on screen, I remember my reaction to learning that this was Ashley Birch and being like, holy shit! And like, you guys have to understand, I was a fan of Ashley Birch's voice work coming off of Life is Strange. I don't hear Chloe Price in Aloy. I don't hear Aloy in Tiny Tina. I don't know what Ashley Birch is doing with her voice that causes her to be so distinctive, but she's so she creates these distinctive voices, none of which sound like her, like at all.
The old cart tracks collapsed. It looks recent. Guess I'm not going that way.
She is an amazing and somehow still underappreciated voice actor. Also, I happen to think that her brother is an underrated writer, because Anthony Birch, her brother, also from Hey Ash, What You Playin', was the lead writer in Borderlands. Also commonly known as the Borderlands where everybody really liked the writing. Handsome Jack. Yeah, that's a guy made by Anthony Birch, if I remember correctly. If I'm wrong about that, you know, but I know that he was the lead writer, so...
These machines are made. I might learn how to override them.
A temporary stealth area. I would like to do this like somebody with competence might do, so...
Bristlebacks. So they did come through here. They must have gotten trapped. I'm gonna have to take them out before I can look around.
Okay, so these guys have acid backpacks, so... Now, if we just wait and let them burn up... hold on. Okay, you saw nothing. Go back to what you were doing. Actually, I might try to blow off one of those, I'm in trouble. Oh boy! Oh my God! They hit so hard.
There's smoke from deeper in the mine. An explosion?
Wait! There she is. Auto kick. Oh, Innertooth was very excited about the train tracks. Hold on, is this guy going back to his previous duties? Okay.
Okay. Better take a look at where the smoke's coming from.
It is fun to do cool stealth stuff like pull off a precision shot where we light up two guys at the same time. Oh, but Abtaria. Well, actually, that was still kind of blue, wasn't it? The blue mushrooms. I was going to say they come in different forms, but maybe they are all blue now. So, sorry. Oof. Okay. So, you guys, I may not be able to scroll back. Abtar is saying it's just unfortunate that he's trash. Is that Anthony Birch? I have heard that people don't like Anthony Birch, but I don't know the story to it. So I'm open to being educated, but I don't know very much about it. I know that it felt like there was a whole thing happening on Twitter at one point, you know, Anthony Birch exposed, but in my experience, Twitter had a habit of getting extremely animated about things that when I tried to look into it, it felt like a lot of innuendo. I know nothing about Anthony Birch aside from his involvement in Hey Ash, What You Playin', followed by being the lead writer in Borderlands. And there is an episode of Hey Ash, What You Playin' that is... Should we just call it HOP? Is that what people just call it? Where they acknowledge that. And, like, Ashley Birch, quote-unquote, reenacts, like, her brother's reaction to the fact that he was going to be the lead writer of this incredible celebration of godlike power to rewrite the fiction in any way that he sees fit, followed immediately by the terror of realizing that now the strength of the storytelling was going to rely entirely on him. Okay, I don't know what to make of these glowing yellow blaze container. Oh, we could have blown those up. I probably should stop hitting them with my spear every time I see them then. Whoopsie. Oh, Ted Farrow. Ted Farrow's a piece of crap. Tari didn't know that they did all those voices until like last year, and it blew my mind. And then Spock is in the game as well as a voice actor. Wait, so is this the actor that plays... So are we talking about Zachary Quinto, or are we talking about whoever it is who plays Spock in Strange New Worlds? who I regret to say I just don't remember who that is. Like, what that person's name is. They do a fine Spock. I'm gonna do something controversial here. I want to see if this does anything. I mean, it's gonna blow up, but what I want to know if it, like, knocks anything down from there. No. Okay. I didn't know if it might cause that to collapse or something else. Oh, look, we could probably blow that up as well. Wow, there were a whole bunch of traps in this area that I could have used to deal with those bristlebacks. I just did it the most basic way. Altari's asking, is Leonard Nimoy still alive? No, he is not. Yeah, he died,
Looks like mine runs pretty far back.
died a while ago.
It was a dead end. Bristlebacks must have collapsed these tracks too.
Yeah, we can see stuff down there, but I don't think that I'm meant to get there this way.
There's a lot of blaze down there.
So, I want that chest, but I prefer...
There's enough blaze here to blast a mountain open. And there's a note on one of the barrels. Stuff for the stash.
A note on one of the barrels. This is why I didn't want to blow it up. It seemed like a bad idea.
This note's addressed to Olvend. Looks like this mine was supposed to be shut down. Olvend must have gotten greedy. Kept blasting deeper into the mountain. I should let Javad know what I found.
Wait, So, this will probably be made clear through context. But I don't understand what I found. They were using the blaze to blast deeper and deeper into the mine. Oh, well, hold on. Is it then, are we to take it that, he accidentally opened the path for the bristlebacks to come through? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Oh, and I think this is what Abtari was saying, with that there's like a thing next to you. Yeah, I could probably... Let me try something dumb. Okay, now can I safely drop down from here, do you think? I'm gonna try it. Oh! There were handholds, but we made it. She found a ton of blaze. They were burrowing deeper and deeper into the mine. There's evidence that the bristlebacks first entered the valley from this area. What I'm not yet certain of, at least for my own purposes, is was this an accident or was it purposeful? Because nothing in here looks purposeful to me. It all looks like shit got loud and there was a big problem. And that's possible. You know, maybe all of this happened, and then Olvend, like, was like, well, might as well, don't let a good crisis...
secretly blasting in the mine. I'm gonna squeeze it for all it's worth. Until Bristleback stampeded through. Maybe the explosions blew a way open? But from where?
Yeah, Aloy's trying to work it out, too. I'm glad that this isn't abundantly clear. So we can get over there.
Dead bristleback down there? The cart tracks must have given way under it.
Yeah, I want to get down there. You know something? Hold on. I bet I can climb down. Yeah, this feels safer than dropping. I'm really enjoying the grappling hook. It's very cool. Okay, are we... I'm not currently following a waypoint. I'm kind of like looking at things, and this doesn't feel like a way that I came down originally. Like, I don't remember all of these things. Like, Intertooth, you know all sorts about trains. What are these? Like, this looks like you could slide it back and forth, but why would you want... Yeah, you can definitely slide it back and forth. Here's the chain pulley. Oh, like it's because it's... Okay. So you could park a minecart on that and then haul it up here. Okay. I get what it is now. It helps you to get up those inclines a lot more easily. Okay. Okay, before we leave here, though, like Aloy wants to go all the way back to town. I want to go here. So we're going to switch quests here a little bit. I know the storytelling can get a little bit murky if you're doing different ones at the same time, but look at how close we are to this second part. I'm going to refill on some herbs here as we go. Oh, and by the way, yeah, like, there was so much story that happened in episode 1 that now we're in episode 4 and, like, we can finally circle back to. That dude, so do you guys remember episode 1 when, like, Aloy goes in to find the backup and then that dude showed up? That dude, like, they show Gaia, they show Elizabeth, and then they show that dude. That dude was, like, the guy that created, Hades, right? I remember Mia hated that guy. Abtari just runs around and explores things for a long period of time and do the needed quests, but mostly just wander. Yeah,
Dead machines. And a trap. Looks like someone's been trying to keep this trail clear.
Hold on, I want this. I tend to wander a lot in... hold on. Open world games. Oh, by the way, like Abtari, like a great example of that. Inquisition. Dragon Age Inquisition. Just so much, just I'm gonna walk in this direction and see what I find. Hold on.
Those people are under attack. Hey! You up there!
Shit, I'm so
Aren't
sorry.
you gonna help?
Not my job. I'm just here to keep an eye on things for change straight. Oh, that's a nasty one.
I can't move. Hold. I can't. I'm so. It hurts. Hold on. I don't know what killed me. It happened very suddenly. Hold on. All right, with my apologies, that's the kind of much more muted response you get when something happens and I go to react physically and then realize immediately that that was a bad idea. Okay. Could you chill out? Oops, I didn't mean to actually do that.
Not looking good, folks.
Thank God I was, like, down slope from that guy, because the only reason his fire didn't full-on burn me is I'd hit the terrain. And the only reason that rock didn't hit me was it went right over my head. Hold on. I'm trying to make some arrows. Brother, I'm trying to make some arrows. There we go. Bye! Hold on. Help me. Well, shit. I guess I found this. That seems like a plus. So, everybody, I'll be back with you in just a second. Oh shit, look at all that cool stuff down there. Where are we? Okay, so let's try to remember that there's something to find right here. I would like to get back up to that fight for everybody's survival. Altaria knows people who give the hinterlands a lot of flack because it's massive, but I love that area. So many neat things to find. So my feedback on the hinterlands would have been if the game had been, here's what I think would have fixed the hinterlands for a lot of people. I think that if the game had said outright, we should leave here and come back later. That's enough, Inquisitor. Like, let's go, and we can come back, and then gave, a specific story reason, like a quest that took you away, and then another quest that would, bring you back a little bit later. Because I feel like a lot of people, they stayed in the hinterlands longer than they wanted to, maybe because they weren't aware if they'd be able to come back later, so they wanted to go around and get everything, and that's where this idea of it goes on too long. In point of fact, you have a ton of freedom on when you do the hinterlands versus other parts of the game, and I think that the game plays I love getting everything in the hinterlands, or I did it on the one time that I played it. I got everything. I did the constellations. I did the shit. Well, I really made the most of that, didn't I? It's, you know what it reminds me of a little bit? A game that I did not play, but I heard a lot of feedback about it. It was... Boy, I really screwed that up. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning is an example of a game that has a hinterlands problem.
Not looking good, folks.
Oh, God. Okay. Can we get a little bit smarter here, please? This should not be killing me. You guys remember I did all of episode 3 without dying once. There are ways to do it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I've got plenty of those. I could probably do with a couple of those. Let's actually make use of the precision arrows. And I'm gonna hang back a little bit and maybe snipe these dudes from safety.
Not looking good, folks.
Hold on. Wow! I ran full sprint into his horns.
Might as well call it quits.
Nope.
Chill to the core.
Nice. Humans are immune to Freon, right? Hold on.
More machines on their way. Get to safety. I'll handle the rest.
Go, Latasha. I'll help the Nora.
But yeah, on my first playthrough, only playthrough of
All right, Nora. Let's see what you can do.
Why am I not shooting that guy? What is he bringing to the table? Ow. You know what? Hold on. Okay, that's not working out well.
Always wanted to see the savior of Meridian in action.
Why did I come so close? Oh, I am out of juice. Hold on. No! Hold on.
Good. Better.
Please don't knock me off the cliff anymore.
You know, even if you kill these machines, that Shadow Carja ain't gonna be safe.
Oh, I know that guy. The guy that's yelling. He's the dude who wants the thing. No! Why was I really thought the acid was going to burn him up. I thought the acid was going to burn him up, and he was fighting that other guy, and I could run around and get some of this stuff. Oh. Oh. Yeah, so what I was starting to say is that a criticism of Kingdoms Amalur Reckoning is that there was too much stuff. There was too many quests, too many things to do.
Not looking good, folks.
Really, that one looked pretty good to me. And it turned out that what the developers had thought would happen is that people would stay in a zone long enough to do the content that they were leveled for, and then naturally move on while leaving some of the quests undone. And they sort of underestimated the completionist that is on a lot of people in sort of open world games, where we want to do everything while we're there. I don't know what I'm doing. He tricked me by turning around slightly.
Oh, that's a nasty one.
More
Get to
machines on
safety!
their way.
I'll handle the rest!
Hold
Go,
on.
Lakasha! I'll help the Nora!
Why did I believe I brought out acid arrows?
Metal's burning.
All right, Nora. Let's see what you can do.
Can you be on fire and acid at the same time? It doesn't look like it, but I'll take a little of both. Ouch.
Always wanted to see the savior of Marine in action.
That's the last of them. Better check on the refugees.
I'd better refill every single health potion that I have, and then we'll go check on the refugees. They're fine. They found refuge. I need my loot and my health, please. Now, I played the demo. I should note here, I played the demo for Amalur, and it seemed really cool, and I always thought that I would play it, and I picked it up at one point on a sale.
I'll need these later, for sure.
But I never actually, like, played it, so everything that I know about it is just sort of, like, through word of mouth. But I remember seeing some interview where it was, I think it might have been with, Kurt Schilling. Wasn't he the guy that, like, put together that studio and everything? I want to say that it was, where he was like, yeah, we really thought that people would treat it like an MMO, where they would just move on once they out-leveled the content, and it surprised them that that was such a point of like a knock against the game. Okay, we got all this stuff. I don't feel like I put this down, but I will pick it back up. I legitimately don't mind a fight like that where it takes me a few tries, more than a few, to like get it worked out on what I'm supposed to do, because like that's how I'm gonna learn in this game. Like, okay, more elemental damage over time stuff.
Is it bad, Lakasha?
Shh, now. Everything will be fine.
Is everyone okay?
Bruised, but not buried. Our order will live to see another day.
Are you sure about that?
We're no strangers to hardship, Nora. We've crossed half the Sundom with no more than the clothes on our backs. And as soon as our Sun Priest returns, our path will be clear. For now, we wait.
Well, you're better off waiting somewhere else. Your people need shelter. There's a town east of...
Chainscrape. Yes. We know of it. Savohar says it's not suitable for us.
Who?
Our Sun Priest. Our order has made it this far thanks to his guiding light.
Okay, and where is this Savohar?
He went up to the tower to meditate 3 days ago, and he won't come down until the sun shows him the way to our new home. The fallen storm bird is an omen, he said. And of course, it must be.
I see. And how long do you plan on waiting for him?
Until he returns. He will return. He must.
You're Shadow Karja, aren't you?
We are the Order of Twilight.
The difference being...
When the usurper Avad killed his father, we fled with the Karja in shadow to Sunfall. Our lives there were difficult. Savohar saw our misery, lifted us up, protected us from the corrupt priests and heartless kestrels. When their rule ended, Savohar led us from the Shadowlands. The long night ends, and the setting sun will lead us to salvation, he said. And so he named us the Order of Twilight. We journeyed west in search of a better life.
Why didn't you go back to Meridian?
Avad is a patricide. We will not kneel to the likes of him. We must walk in twilight to our new home. Savohar will lead us there.
Uh-huh.
Wait, no, she said that Avad is a patricide. Now, patricide means that you killed your father, right? You usually wouldn't use that as a noun, but then again, you wouldn't usually use embassy as, like, an event. So, I feel like sometimes there's some... not invented language, but like a repurposing of language that we're encountering here. I don't remember that coming up a lot in the previous game, but I think it's super cool. Also, the father that he killed was like a maniac, so I approve of his patricide.
There's an Oseram in Chainscrape, Tolland. He wants the Stormbird up there.
Yes. He was here just yesterday. A very unpleasant man, even by Oseram standards. He made all manner of threats. But we will not be intimidated.
That's all well and good, but he's got friends. Sooner or later, his whole gang will show up.
Savohar will come through. He always does. We just need to give him more time.
You're out of time, Lakasha. You need to consider packing up and...
We won't leave him. And we won't let others disrupt his meditation.
Well, they're going to try. Your priest, Savohar. You said he's been up there 3 days?
His meditation can't be rushed.
So he does this often? Meditating for days on end?
Well, it doesn't usually take this long. But he will guide us through. He always has. We have faith.
Sure, but shelter looks like a more pressing concern. Look at yourselves. Those machines nearly wiped you out. And Oseram thugs are watching you, just waiting to strike. You're in danger here. You need to grab Savohar and get out.
situation. This is the worst we've endured. I know we cannot stay here, but without Sabohar to guide us, I don't...
Let me up there, and I'll convince him it's time to move on.
But his meditation... If he hasn't received his vision, he won't follow.
At least let me check on him. If he's been up there for days.
Yes. Yes, that is sensible, I suppose. Please, be careful. The trail up to the tower is falling apart. Sabohar is strong, but it could not have been an easy climb.
It rarely is.
Let the Nora pass.
Was there... Oh, yeah, hold on. I'm gonna do a quick save here. We save our manual saves for, like, the end of the stream. Let's grab that. Why was I thinking as we came up here that there was anything else down here? No, we got everything. I'll also say this, like, I remember spending a lot of time, at least I think I did, in Zero Dawn, like, fighting Shadow Carja and stuff. I have no beef with these people, especially when they say, like, oh, yeah, that, like, the Shadow Carja was sort of like a rebel alliance formed against the Mad King, I think. It's been a long time since I played. But then their cause got usurped by... whoever was like the bad guy in there who was secretly working on behalf of Hades.
Looks like I should head up.
Please, check on Sabohar.
Is this an example of that? Okay, I'm really glad for that tutorial tip, because I would have been down here for 45 minutes. It wouldn't have occurred to me to shoot that. I'm usually accustomed to, like, kicking those down. No, okay, there's nothing to swim through here. Usually we go up and we kick those down. That's the first time that I knew that you could shoot them. Also, Innertooth is saying arrows, which is probably a good reminder to get restocked here. Okay. Yeah, Amalur is a cool game. Oh, and the other thing that, like, speaking of cool games, something that Amalur and Inquisition have in common is the attention to detail of their backstory. And I know that Mia, for example, is going to be playing a Dragon Age game at some point, most likely Inquisition. So I don't want to, like, go into extreme detail here. But the main religion... or sorry, one of the more prevalent religions in the Dragon Age universe, Thetis, I think it's called.
Part of the ladder. Akasha was right. The trail's in bad shape. This looks recent. Must have broken off when Sabohar climbed up here.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, the Maker, I think, is like a central character there, and the Fade, and like all of the like the world building that's done in in that universe is just like really impressive. And they were working up towards doing something with it in Amalur as well. It would have been nice to see more games in that franchise to help fill it out the rest of the way.
If I jump against the cliff.
Oh, it's a Mario jump. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. I thought it was going to be like a wall scramble up. Not a like wall jump away, but either way.
Now how to climb higher?
Okay, that looks lower. Okay.
This pigment would work well on armor.
Oh, do you get to color your armor? She just said this pigment will go well on armor. Don't tell me, but if we can change our the color of armor.
Ladder must have broken off after Savahar passed through. I need to find another way up.
I'm gonna be a fan of that. Green shine, that's what it's called. Okay, sorry. So this is where the ladder broke, but it looks like we've got an Aloy path up here. Hello to the Scorpion! Scorpion, I hope that you've had a great Thursday so far. You may hear me. Oops, 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 oops. Hold on. Midnight Bloom. Is there any more of that stuff? No. I'm trying to say I can color my armor and puts up an emote that's doing exactly that. A Scorpion did have a great Thursday. That's awesome. Mine was actually very, very productive. It was as Thursdays go.
Broken bridge. I might be able to make the jump to the other side.
Oh yeah, Aloy can do this and like pirouette in the way across. Ah!
That's a lot of blood. Savohar's? He must have hurt himself pretty bad getting over the bridge. It's not looking good. It looks like he left a trail. I can follow with my focus.
Okay.
There's the Stormbird. Getting closer.
That's the Stormbird, right? I mean, it's a little bit difficult to tell. It got really wrecked. I guess I thought that it would still be alive and moving, but no, it just seems to be smashed. Yeah, my Thursday was actually really, really productive. If not for the back muscle problems. By the way, we barely got to say hello to Marquardt. I don't know if he's still here. It just occurred to me, like you know, so much happened right at the same time. Like I really, really, really appreciate the raid. But Marquardt was here as well. I wanted to check in with him about Joy. He just got a new rescue cat that he was taking care of.
Savahar must have snuck past them. I could probably slip past them. Or take them out.
I mean, both of those things sound fine to me. I guess it's whether or not they have stuff that I want. Scorpion has been playing A Plague Tale Innocence myself. Such a beautiful game. It really is. Yeah, we did a full playthrough of that, gosh, a couple years ago at this point. Requiem is on the agenda to play, but I'm really glad that you are enjoying it. So... Oh, he just walked right through here. Look where his trail goes. Hold on.
Your time's up.
This guy knows something's up, but he doesn't know what it is yet. Okay. Oh, I didn't hold it. Okay, that was very stupid. Yeah, if he's gonna be in his bunker, we might as well make it inhospitable. Is this good? So it took out neither of them. It did pretty good damage. Oh, please take some health. Yeah, one of my big takeaways from Plague Tale, I remember this being like a big, just very much in my head as I was playing it, is that when they did Assassin's Creed Unity, which was the one set during the French Revolution, all the characters have British accents. And I remember that rightfully getting a lot of flack. That total whiff. Like, why does everybody in France have a British accent during that game? And I remember seeing at least theorize. I don't remember if this came from one of the developers or what, but just that Americans...
That's all of them.
Americans don't, like, take people with French accents very seriously or something like that. Like, they wanted to tell a very dramatic story, and that Americans think that French accents are silly or something. I remember at least seeing this idea passed around. And then you play a Plague Tale Innocence, where, like, as I understand it, the actor who plays Amicia, that was her first acting role. Like, that's her first acting role at all. And she comes in and she turns in that performance. She and the character who plays, like, Hugo, they both have French accents. They both sound awesome, as do all of the other people that they interact with. And I remember that being one of the things that, like, came out for me during Innocence, Plague Tale Innocence. Is like, the people at Ubisoft who were like, oh no, we can't have a game set in the French Revolution with French characters. Nobody would take it seriously. I would want to know what market research they were paying attention to when a game with a much smaller budget and a much smaller scope is able to pull off what Plague Tale does with French characters, and it's awesome. And believe me, I'm not, like, just reflexively anti-Ubisoft or anything like that. I remember, like, it was just very much on my mind while I was playing, being like, what feedback were they listening to? Were they like, let's just give everybody British accents in the French Revolution? Marquardt is saying, oh, awesome! Joyce doing quite well. She had a lot of energy today, so she was poking around everywhere and getting into trouble by knocking things over. Sounds like a cat. All in all, she is a most wonderful foster. Sorry. Okay, this might take a second. Okay. She's a most wonderful foster, and I'm happy that I have her for another 2 weeks. So, Marquardt, a question. Like, what is the... It seems like she's in good health and everything. She has some dietary needs that you've described earlier. What is the nature of her rehabilitation? Like, sometimes there's been animals that need surgery or, like, they need to be re-socialized and stuff. Joy seems very sociable. Like, I love that picture that you showed the other day. If anybody missed it, Marquardt put up a picture in, and you're welcome to put it in again if you like, Marquardt, of Joy just draped over his shoulder, completely asleep, just euphorically happy to be held by a person. It was great. So, like, is it just like the shelter needed space, and so they're cycling her out to make sure that she stays well socialized, or is there something else pending? For anybody that doesn't know, Marquardt takes care of foster cats. They come, they live with him for a period of time. He helps get them rehabilitated and healthy and happy again and ready to move forward to their forever homes, and then they are remanded back to the shelter so that people can adopt them. I don't know if this is... So I do not want to rappel down. I wanted to know if that plant was something that I could harvest. Getting that isn't worth it. I'm just wondering how you would get that. Maybe we're going to pull the wings off this storm bird. Scorpion is saying, I had already played it years ago, but a few months or maybe even more than a year ago, I decided to buy it on Steam, and this week I felt like playing it again. It's an awesome game. Yeah, like I said, Requiem is on the list. Patikin also did a replay of Innocence in preparation for playing Requiem, and then played Requiem. I really like the fact that Patikin does that. I feel like I know a lot of people who will replay an older game to get ready for a new one.
There's
Then,
Sabohar.
hold on.
In pretty bad shape.
Okay, let's have a chat with this dude. But just very quickly before I do, Joy has a pretty severe allergy to most food, so they're waiting to see how she does eating special hypoallergenic food and how her body reacts to it. She's been eating the food just fine, but she still seems to be having an allergic reaction as she has fresh scabs on her skin. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that they're able to find a formulation that will be helpful for her, because sometimes it's just like, oh, there's this one ingredient, and like we can either formulate or find a food that will be better. There we go.
The true sun above me, the true sun before me. Show me the way this eventide. The true sun above me,
You must be Sabohar.
true sun before me. Show me the way this eventide. No. No. The vessel must be empty for the coming vision.
You don't need a vision. You need medical attention. On the way up, I saw parts of the trail had given way. Is that how you hurt yourself?
My pain, all part of the ritual.
You're hurt bad. And your people are running out of time. Staring at the Stormbird isn't solving anything.
You don't understand the omen. It fell here at the beacon. I just need to see the twilight path. And my people will find their home.
Listen, Lakasha is doing the best she can down there, but machine attacks, angry Oseram. The Order is scared, Savar.
The last rays of eventide will burn away their fear.
I don't think so. What do you think's gonna happen here? If you sit long enough, the sun will show you something?
A path to a new home. The fallen machine can only mean that the storm has passed. Salvation is at hand.
Or some Oseram shot it, and it hit an old tower. Look, I think you punctured a lung. You can't heal it with prayer.
The sun will provide. And I will not lose faith.
I'd be more concerned about losing blood. Your people are worried about you. They need shelter, security.
The true sun above me. The true sun before me. Show me the way. This
I
eventide.
think you've been staring at your salvation this whole time.
The true sun above me.
Gotta get over to that Stormbird. Grab its heart.
Aloy has put together details that I have not, because... So, one thing about this dude, Sabohar, he's a true believer. Anytime you introduce me to a religious leader that's having his people live a life of pure, like, privation and isolation, my hackles get raised about, like, this is not somebody to be trusted, you know, it's a cult leader. Here, this guy really earnestly believes what he's preaching, because he's up here just, like, exposing himself to the elements. Quick random note, he is not as
Rhoda Dyer would be interested in this.
sunburned as I might have expected, but that's a small detail. But this dude absolutely, like, believes his own... What's this? Old barrel. Also a little Patikan. And Tan Crowd. And hello again to Innertooth. Sorry, just reading through chat really quick. I hope that you guys have all had a great day. Patikan, thank you so much for coming in. And yes, we were talking about you. Sorry, I am trying to determine where is safe to go, because this does look too far to jump for sure. Although I might be able to clamber onto that. Yeah, I think we jump onto that. Okay. This seems very stupid. Ah!
Stormbird heart is valuable. Enough to feed all the refugees waiting below. And his answer is sunstroke and a prayer? Why does every priest I meet think blind faith is the answer to everything?
I'm trying to decide if that's better than a priest who tells you that money is the answer to everything. Specifically the money that you give to them. I suppose that is its own form of blind faith. Just give me money and everything will be fine. Have faith, give me money, and have faith that giving me money will solve your solutions. Solve your problems, rather. Yeah, but Deacon, I hope you had a great Thursday. I hope that you had a great stream today of Jedi Survivor. I wanted to be careful not to see any of it, but I will look forward to catching it on your YouTube channel. By the way, Patikan, can you do a link to your YouTube channel? I'm sure that it's on your Twitch page, but I'd love to be able to have it here. That goes for like Abtaria too, or Innertooth. If you have a YouTube channel, throw it up. Let people know about it. I want that. Pale Bloom.
You'll make an interesting color for my armor.
I am so excited about the idea of armor coloring, you guys. I hope you weren't expecting to see story in episode 10, because all we're going to do is color Aloy's armor. Really? She can't find any handholds on this. I guess maybe the stones would pull out. So it's not really made for human climbing.
The Osram that was watching the refugees probably went to get Tolland. I gotta get them out of here before he comes back.
Yeah, for anybody who's like stopping by, I am for sure not anti-religion or anti-spirituality. I am anti-shyster, and I see a lot of people cloak themselves in the language and... Oh, we found another one.
Guess I'll figure out what to do with it later.
In the vestments of religion and spirituality, only to then use them as a reason for everybody to make them fantastically wealthy. I want what's down there. Can I do this carefully? Doesn't feel like I can. This guy, by the way, is very much in the first group. Like, he really believes it. He is practicing what he preaches, and it's dangerous, and I share Aloy's, I don't know if annoyance is the right word, concern? Okay. Now I might be in trouble, because I don't know how to get back up from here without going very far down. Can I climb on the Stormbird? Okay. I don't know if that's what was intended, but we did it. So, we got a knockdown damage coil and a pristine Stormbird heart. You can see how pristine this specimen is.
There. The Order should be able to afford shelter with this heart. Some food and a change of clothes wouldn't hurt either.
Okay, let's take a quick look. So we haven't yet reached an upgrade level where, like, everything has something, but this sharp shot bow. Can we put something in here? We can. So, increases damage against knocked down enemies. I guess we could. Increases impact damage. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of what the sharp shot bow does, isn't it? Like, a lot of impact damage. Let's increase that. Oh. Well, then I'm not sure that I want to do that. But then we could put this onto the hunter bow. This is plus, hold on, this is plus 4 points here. If we go over to the hunter bow, what's 6% on that one? Where's my hunter bow? Oh, there it is. It's only 1 point over here. Yeah, so maybe... Yeah, let's put on the acid coil on this one. And then we'll go to the sharp shot bow that can only do impact damage. We'll put the impact damage on that one. And now we've got one more thing, but I don't have... For the knockdown damage, I don't have any other coils to put it into, so we're not going to worry about it for right now. Oh, and by the way, Scorpion is saying, the French accents in Plague Tale make it a lot more immersive to me. You really are in France, and every detail of the game sells that fact. Yeah, it's all super well done. So now we've just got to figure out how to get back to... there. And... we might be able to...
Savahar? How you holding up? I need to get back over there.
Yeah, we can definitely do this. Oh, he is here. I honestly thought he left.
Savar? I guess you did the best you could. Rest easy now. I'll make sure your people are safe. I should let Lakasha know. And give her the Stormbird heart.
So, a question for chat, and let's not... If you know how all of this goes, please, you know, don't give that away. Heading back down here, would you tell them that you had had a conversation with Savahar, or would you just say, well, he was dead when I found him? Because... otherwise, they don't know Savahar. They know that he went up and he didn't come down. It feels to me like for Aloy to go up and say, okay, so we had a quick chat, and here's what he said, and then I left him alone, and he died while I was away. I feel like that would be really easy for people to take the wrong way, and to find very suspicious, especially in their grief. I feel like if she keeps it a little bit more simple and says, I got up there, he was gone. I'm so sorry. I've got this Stormbird heart for some reason. So maybe you can have this. Oh, that's why she got it. Now that I think about it, they'd said in the last episode that it's very valuable. So I think that she could give them the Storm Heart and say, this will buy you food, supplies, and shelter in Chainscrape, so why don't you go there and take care of your people? I'm hoping we get a chance to give away the Storm Heart to them, because they seem like good people. But yeah, I'm not a fan of dishonesty, but I don't know that... It's not like he left the world with some wise words to pass on to the flock, that they would know that we had talked to him and that he had wanted to pass this message along to them. He was delirious. He was in exceedingly poor health, and then he passed away very suddenly. And I feel like he was so important to these folks that they might be like, you killed him. Innertooth's got to turn on. Innertooth, thank you so much for hanging out.
Don't make this difficult.
Oh, the bad guy's here.
No.
There's Tolland with his thugs.
Oh. We should put on the thing. This thing. Prototype spike thrower. Launch explosive strikes that detonate after a short delay. Spikes must be thrown at full draw in order to penetrate armor. I haven't even used this yet. I forgot to equip it on anything. Equip. And we're going to put it right there. And now I'll just have to remember to use it. So, if we're to fight humans, and I kind of feel like that's coming up next, because we just took the thing that guy wants that is very valuable. We're pretty... Oh, wait, I've got a skill point. Hold on, let's go over to Infiltrator. And I do like low profile. We're gonna, oh, we already got that. That's right, that's how much I like it. I already got it. We're gonna move even more quietly. No, I already got that too. What can we get down here? Quiet Sphere. Melee attacks are quieter, reducing the chance of being detected by nearby enemies. Let's hit it. Ooh, look at this. Braced shot. Fire a powerful shot from a kneeling position that explodes on impact. That sounds cool. Uses up to 3 arrows of your currently selected type and depletes a large amount of weapon stamina. Can I... Hold on. Can we revisit this? I want to make sure that I'm using it correctly. No, that's ranged thing. High volley. It's just aim and fire. A medium amount of weapon stamina. But other than that, there's no way to like affect the radius or anything like that we can see. Hello to Kay. Oh, Kay, hello. I'm so sorry that I missed you earlier. Kay is here for the Armor Dying streams. Wow, I completely missed that, Kay. I'm so sorry. Your color is very similar to Innertooth, even though like your name is much like your name displays longer. You would think that would be a giveaway. Sorry, I'm going to wince. Hopefully not too audibly. Oh. That's me attempting to change positions slightly. I mentioned to the folks where I work when I was just letting them know, hey, I might be a little bit limited in what I'm doing physically right now. You know how this is going to go with like the whole back situation? I'll be in pain, and then at like just 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, it'll just go boop, and it'll be perfectly fine. That's how this always goes. It's so weird. Okay.
I'm a generous gent. So I'll give you one more chance to make it easy on yourselves and clear out.
We won't let you pass, Asaram. If you choose bloodshed, that's on your conscience.
Ain't it just like the Carja to make things harder than they have to be? Okay, boys. You heard her. Get your consciences ready.
Hold on now, Tolland.
You again? Listen, I'm all out of patience here. I clipped that Stormbird's wings. The salvage is mine. I don't care who gets in my way. Nora savages or Shadow Carja fleabags. I'm taking it.
You sure you want to do that, Tolland? You know who I am. What makes you think a single Oseram lunkhead can take me down?
I've got 4 guys. Huh? Oh, blast it. Okay. You win. Hey, I'm doing fine. I don't need that salvage anyhow. But these people need all the help they can get. Come on, boys. Back to Chain Scrape. I need a drink.
Aloy, again, we thank you.
You're welcome. Now take this heart. Use it to buy food, clothes, shelter for your people. Maybe even land to build a new home.
This is... Savahar must make these decisions.
No, I'm sorry, Lakasha. Savahar isn't coming back. He's gone. I know it's hard, but your people need a leader now. Go to Chainscrape. Talk to the forge woman there, Petra. Give her the Stormbird heart. She'll look after you and your people until you can get back on your feet. Find your path.
I'll do my best, Aloy. What choice do I have? Here, please accept this. It is modest, but I hope it helps in some small way. To Chainscrape, then.
Okay, I'm just saying, she just gave me some meat and a hide. And at J Wishbone, whatever the hell that is. Hold on. Hello to Dougler. Dougler was voting to kick him in the dick. Yeah, I went fist on that. I usually don't, but it's like, this guy is only going to respect strength. So that's what I went with strength. And it was, as you could hear, very funny. When he's like, I got 4 guys here. You one Nora girl isn't gonna take us down. And then his friends were like, Is that the dinner bell? I gotta go. Except for that one guy, his like right-hand man there, the guy with hammer, he really wanted to hit somebody with that hammer. I was thinking that the way for Aloy to enter that conversation would have been just an arrow in the side of that guy's head. And then, by the way, while he was talking, I was thinking to myself, what if the game asks me, should I give the Storm Heart to him? Because he's not wrong. He's not incorrect about the fact that he's the one, well, I mean, at least as far as we know, he did shoot down the Stormbird. It crashed there. It crashed on the other side of this religious cult. They didn't have any claim to it, nor were they very interested in it. This is something that Aloy is sort of like inserting herself into. What if we could avoid bloodshed by just giving him the heart that he cares about, then he leaves, and then these people are still poor, which doesn't seem like... It seems to be the life that they've chosen. I don't feel good about it, but if that's what they want, like they want to live a simple life, you know, they want to live this very like ascetic existence, then it's not really up to Aloy to say, hold on, have you heard of commerce? You can exchange this for goods and services rather than praying and then, I don't know, living off carbon dioxide or whatever their hot plan is. Dougler says it seemed like he needed a good dick kicking. I agree, and also that guy's voice acting was awesome. Oh, you guys, there was a darn it. Hold on. Remember there was a thing we were gonna look at? Yeah, there's a thing up there. Hold on. Remember when we fell off the cliff? We'll go up there very quickly. We fell off the cliff, and then wait, where the hell is this place? And then I was like, oh, look, there's like a thing up here. We'll have to come back here later. Now I see there's a question mark there. I bet there's more cool stuff up there, like green shine and all the rest. Douglas saying, yes, it was good voice acting. Good enough to make you want to kick him in the dick. Dougler, how was your Thursday, by the way? Yeah, my main thing with I should stop picking this up. Look, I've got 113 berries. I'm going to stop picking them up all the time. The thing for me in sort of like this style of back pain is that I know it will pass. It'll usually pass very quickly. And then I just have to... Very suddenly is more, probably a little bit more accurate. And then what I need to watch out for is like, oh, I feel fine, I feel fine, I feel fine. And then just immediately re-injuring, because that does happen from time to time. So you got to be careful about it for a couple days. The main thing of it, though, is just between here and that point, being able to get some rest. Because that's an issue if you can't get comfortable. So, okay. Where was it that we were trying to get into? Because it wasn't over here. We did check this area, and we couldn't... There was no diveable here. Like, it's not actually... There's no space for Aloy to sneak in anyway. How was yours other than the achy back, says Dougler? My Thursday went well. It was actually very busy. Got a lot done. Felt good about the amount that got done. Expecting some more hectic and stressful times coming up, but we're not there yet. And hey, it's almost the weekend. We make it through one more day. Got a couple days off. Moving into a wonderful Thursday. Oh, here's a piece of news that I heard earlier today. Apparently, Alan Wake 2 has experienced a 1 week delay. It's like a week, 10 days. It's not that long. I'm always curious, like, what is it, like, this is a question, because I don't know how these things work, and I'm always curious. What is it about Alan Wake 2 that puts it into a situation where it needs to be delayed by, like, 10 days? Because if it was for, like, getting a patch out, I mean, they could release a day 1 patch and then a day 3 patch. Like, they could just do it that way. If it's about, like, market availability, I mean, whoops, right. That's a thing, for sure. But what difference is 10 days gonna make? Like, Baldur's Gate 3, the developer said, we are moving forward our PC release date because we do not want to be in competition with Starfield. Seeing the overall reaction to Baldur's Gate 3, I would say, A, that was probably a wise decision.
For a dyer.
And B, they probably didn't have that much to worry about. I will be very surprised if Starfield releases in a state that is near the level of polish that people have reported in Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know if Starfield is going to be a good game. I don't know if it's going to be something that I would enjoy or if it's going to be well received. I do know that Bethesda doesn't have a recent history, or a history that I can remember at all, of releasing bug-free games. However, people might really love it, and I can certainly understand that if you were creating an RPG, that you might not want to be in direct competition against another hotly anticipated RPG.